Second.
Alderman Roger Spencer, second by Julio Levine. To approve the agenda as presented, all those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 7 in the affirmative with 1 absent. Hope I pronounced your last name right. Next is the consent agenda, which is the approval of previous meetings on both the 16th, the open meeting, and the closed session on the 30th of last month, and also the approval of disbursements. Are there any comments or corrections to the consent agenda?
Move we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion led on Allen, second by Roger Spencer to approve the consent agenda as presented. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 7 in the affirmative with 1 absent. The consent agenda is approved. Next is public forum. Anyone wishing to speak at public forum? Let me read this statement. One up to the podium. Yeah. Any person wishing to speak to the mayor and board of aldermen during the public comment portion of the meeting should come forward one at a time and stand at the podium, then state your name and address and the subject matter you wish to comment upon. All comments should be directed to the mayor in a civil manner. Comments are limited to 5 minutes unless the mayor or board of aldermen grants additional time. It is the mayor's responsibility to make certain these rules are followed and to maintain order and decorum. If you have a question, the mayor and board of aldermen may, of course, provide an immediate response. However, the mayor and board of aldermen may also provide no response or response at a later time as they deem appropriate.
Good evening, I'm Stacy Smith. I live at 712 Remington Circle. And before I get to the subject matter of my visit, I'd like to ask the board, with a show of hands, how many of you graduated from Carl Junction High School? And how many of you went to school at all at Carl Junction School? Okay, well, Rick's the only one. Well, I didn't either. We moved to Carl Junction, my family and I, about 17 years ago. But all my 4 grandsons attend Carl Junction schools. And my subject matter is Canal Street and the weeds along both sides of the canal. It's kind of helter-skelter. Sometimes it's on both sides, the really tall weeds. Down near the train tracks, the weeds are taller than me on both sides. And I know with my grandsons, 3 of them play sports. And of course, we have visitors, we have home games where visitors come, their families come, school buses full of kids come. And driving down the canal to me, and I'm living in Carl Junction for 17 years, is embarrassing because it just looks so, I don't know, another word, awful, I guess, because of all the weeds. I'm sure all of you have driven down Canal in the last day or two from the train tracks west. It's pretty bad in some spots. I would say it ends probably around Casey's on Canal. There's a couple of spots past that. But also that new piece of sidewalk just west or east of Bro Miller's Dentist. It's a beautiful stretch of sidewalk and it's covered in weeds. I mean, you can't even see it. It's ridiculous. And I didn't know if the city doesn't have a crew, a street crew or a weed cutting crew. I don't know what you call them. I know MoDOT works the highways, but.
No, they're responsible for that too.
MoDOT is?
Yes.
So this should be taken up with MoDOT, not the city of Carl Junction.
Yes. They really don't want us to mow it.
Really?
Really, because they have the right of way to it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess I'll take my concern to MoDOT then because it's a shame. It really
I agree.
is.
I agree. Now, a lot of people go out there that own houses there and do it themselves anyway. Some people
Well,
do.
yeah, some people would.
But, and they're not, I mean, you can back me up on that,
It's
Steve.
a shame.
We've had a deal on that, yeah.
Well, it's a shame. I think I was here last year with the same concern about neighborhoods and the poor condition of some of our neighborhoods and how people lack the energy or the want to make their community better. I didn't know if it was Carl Junction concern or MoDOT concern.
Well, that's our concern, but it's a state highway.
It's
a
a
state
state
highway.
highway
That's the
issue.
problem,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, then I'll go to them then. Okay, thanks a lot. Have a good night.
Thank you.
I will. I'll email MoDOT
I mean,
also.
it's ridiculous, right?
I agree.
I'll send
We all
us
agree.
an email.
I have a question about, what about the old service station that got tore down?
Well, that's
looks
a bad
especially
curve
bad.
too. I mean, it's
Is
looking
that
horrible.
MoDOT or is that the
Right on.
property owner?
How far they have, how
Jim
far?
would be the property owner on that, and I
Yeah.
can send one to him too.
I mean, it's looking.
He's getting ready to start some construction in there. So.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you for coming.
Yep.
Is there anyone else wishing to speak at public forum? be last call for public forum. Very well, then we'll move along to approval of bids to replace the air conditioning unit at the wastewater treatment facility.
Yeah, that's the second one we've had go down this year. So the one at the Public Works office earlier in the year, and now this one. We got 3 bids on it, Colgan, Z1 Call, and Pascal. As you can see, Colgan.
I like Z1s because there's nothing on it.
I can't
It's
read.
blank.
Yeah,
It's blank.
terribly hard to read.
Yeah.
4,400.
I was zooming in.
$4,400 on that one, but Colgan Pro Air had low bid.
Yeah.
$3,840, and that's who we were recommending approval of.
Is Colgan the one that did Public Works?
Yes.
I move we approve or accept the Colgan bid for air conditioning at the wastewater treatment plant.
Second.
Did they do a good job at Public Works?
Yeah.
Motion by Donnell, and second by Mark Satterley. That we approve the bid by, who's it? Colgan
Pro Air.
Pro Air for the air conditioning unit replacement at the wastewater treatment plant. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 7 in the affirmative, 1 absent. Please give them a contract. We're having to replace it, and we'll pay it. Next is reports. Are there any comments or corrections to the city administrator's report? You'll see he's got 2 reports there. I asked him last meeting to have an additional report, which we'll get to next. He's going to do it at the first of every month.
Try to keep that mundane administrative style stuff on the one report, and just our projects that are more long-term that will take some time, that, those paragraphs start to get pretty long, and move it over, and I'll do that report once a month. I'll give you an update on all of that stuff.
I really did like that new report.
I did too.
I really like that because a lot of times if you're trying to follow, like you say, by the time you get down to the bold print,
Yeah.
it's pretty easy. Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I gave him a list of things I like to have on there, and he put a bunch of them on there I didn't think of. I got 3 more on here. So we'll get anything else for the city administrator on his report? Good. We'll move right along then to the long-term projects report. Any questions on that? Or you guys want any more information on this stuff? Obviously, the 3 I put on there were the fiber optic installation and the completion of the website. Since we're going to do it in 30 days. I think it's probably been 60 now. And the email server.
A couple of things. One that will be coming off, the Center Creek Sewer Crossing is completed. They got that project wrapped up and everything, so that one will come off of there. The Memorial Park splash pad, I met today with the contractor out on site, and they're starting layout on the site, and they'll be in next week.
Mark.
I do have one question on the fiber optic. How are they going to get in contact with all the residents in Carl Junction some way? Is there some way that they're going to, is it going to be a mailer?
They'll be digging on your easement. I don't know if it's an email or knock on your door. I don't know.
I'm talking about, so.
The marketing portion of it,
Yeah.
now that's up to them to do. That's not our, but they've got a pretty good website already with Optic Communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that when they get going on it, they're going to want to contact everybody because they're going to want people to sign up.
I think they do, and Chris was right. They do have a Facebook page on it now too.
Well, I don't have Facebook.
I don't either.
But Optic Communications. You can go onto their website, and I believe they've even got a blurb on there now.
Yeah, and they've got what the prices are for the other places that they have the fiber to.
Well, I know the reason I ask is I know if you do an initial install or whatever, a lot of times that's at a very minimal cost, if any cost. Whereas if you miss that initial install and you come back and you find out that they've got it, but that it's installed and blah, 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 blah. And now you want to sign up for it, it's at a substantial increase,
Right.
substantial price to get hooked up. So that's really more of where I'm trying to lean to, or my question is leaning to.
Those would be very good questions for them.
Yes. I'm sure they'll have some kind of marketing deal.
It seems like we met with their marketing girl in one of the meetings. They brought her along.
Did you want to mention what we talked about the guy in here? About why they got the stuff marked? But
I wouldn't want to, but okay,
go ahead. You go ahead. We met with the guy and he came over from Opting with, I just happened to be there when he was talking, and they've got stuff staked out where they want to start putting the lines in, but it seems that the Osage Indians want to make sure that there aren't any Indian artifacts
Yes,
where they're
sounds
going to be
familiar.
putting this stuff in. So they have to get the study like we had to do for Lakeside Park and have all that done to make sure that they did. So it'll probably be at least 30 days before they can start on it.
And that's because it was grant money. right?
Yeah,
Because it's
it's
from the
federal-
feds, federal government.
federal.
Yep, federal government.
If it's the same kind that we had to do, it should go pretty quick.
Yeah.
We were able to get that
But
done
except they've got a lot larger area.
pretty
Yeah.
quick. That's true.
So it just depends. I mean, anything on the, have they filed all the paperwork for the property yet? Has that gone through
Yeah, we've got a closing coming up, I guess this week.
this week?
I think so. I'll have to look again.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody else want any comments on anything here?
Yeah, a couple of meetings ago, we mentioned about buying the property at the auction. Did we do anything?
Those, when I checked on them, post auction, they had gotten paid.
Well, that's good. That means they're paying taxes.
On the county side anyway.
Well, yeah. Since we're changing over,
Yeah,
you have any idea when the website's gonna be done?
On the website, the representative I've been working with is on vacation this week, but next week she's going to, they've got it designed, they've got it ready. She is going to start importing whatever information we have on the existing Facebook page. They will start pulling that over next week to get the new website up and running.
Because I'm interested in the notifications to people,
Yes.
because 1st of September, you can send out a deal saying
Mhm.
your water bill's ready to view online.
Yes, we have the design picked out, they've got the logo, we've done everything for the app. They've just got to work on bringing it all over what we want.
Okay. Want to talk about the email server?
Sure.
Good.
So I have been on the phone a lot this last week. We were hoping that whenever we switched emails, it would make it easier for people to get their bills via email. That did not happen. And after a lot of conversations with Tyler Technologies, I was told that Google, for whatever reason now, has decided that our info@carljunction.org, which is the email address that the actual bills come from, Google has decided that that is a malicious email address, and so it does not matter if you whitelist it, they are just outright blocking. The only option we have, I'm told, is to try and change the email address that it comes from. Scott has been working on that, and they thought they had it figured out. They tested it today, and it did not work. So he's got to try a few more things to see if he can get a new email address working that would be, I think, billing@carljunction.org is what they're hoping to go to. If switching the sender email address doesn't work, if the few things that he gave Scott to try doesn't work, then basically they have nothing. There's nothing they can do, there's no one they can talk to, there's no sort of dialogue they can have with anyone at Google to try and get our carljunction.org unblacklisted.
So what they want you to do is set up a Carl Junction Google account.
Yeah, I'm really not sure. the person I have been speaking to, because I asked, are we the only utility that's having this problem? And he said, no. Google cracked down on their email privacy settings or their email security settings several months ago, and that's what's causing this. He said every utility that he's tried that has made these few changes that he is telling Scott to make, it has worked and they've been able to get the emails to go through. So I'm hoping that by the end of the week, they can get the email address changed and Scott can make the changes that he needs to make. But I'm in a holding pattern right now between Scott and Tyler Technologies.
It's not just the billing ones I'm not going through, right? Because it won't go to my Gmail from you or Steve or any, I mean, it's not
No,
forwarding
I get-
across.
I get Lena's emails.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
you do.
email things.
I get them, well, okay, I get them on my personal Gmail, but not forwarded to the Gmail from you.
Yeah, and I think that has something to do with the email stuff.
I have mine forwarded
I
to
think
mine.
there was a forwarding chain that got broken there, but yeah, if somebody calls any of us individually here from the office, can email a bill to them and they will get it with no problem. It's not our carljunction.org that they have a problem with, it is the info@carljunction.org.
Well, you need to change.
Utility bill at Carl Johnson, I mean, he's trying
Yeah, he's
different.
How about CJ Clerk? Because that's what you send yours out as, right?
CJ City Hall.
CJ City Hall. Try that. If you can send it out as that address, because all my MML emails, I've got a big old yellow thing telling me it's spam from MML.
Yeah, it has, Google changed some sort of setting several months ago. I know when they did it because that's when we started getting all the calls, but they changed something and I've even looked like if you personally can appeal it to Google and say this is not spam, please don't block it. And it says if you whitelist it, it doesn't help basically. You're out of luck. Google has to protect you sometimes even if they don't.
Thank goodness we got somebody looking out for us.
Thank goodness.
Could be worse, could be the federal government.
It tells me what to do.
Bite your tongue.
Okay, let's see. Well, anything else on this to leave on a high note?
Can I ask a question about
Sure.
a regular email? Not Carl Junction, Alderman, Ward 2B. The last email that I've gotten from you guys or anybody was August 15th.
It
Now,
says it forwarded.
That would be on the old server.
Okay.
So I will give all of you a copy of your individual passwords. You can access it at portal.office.com. I'll give you your email address and your password. For those of you so inclined, you can also download the Outlook app on your phone or tablet, or even on your laptop and get it that way instead of having to sign in each time. It is a lot easier because you can sign into it from anywhere.
I'll just give it to you one time.
But I will give you your password because Scott did have to change several of them for Microsoft's requirements.
Anything else? What's next on the list? Treasurer report. Any comments on the treasurer's report? Saw the treasurer a little bit ago. He was in here earlier.
Sign and check.
Signing checks. Yep. Some people are gonna be happy with that. Okay, next is department reports. Let's see, I believe we have one with a really short one here from the PD. I like it, Mark. Good job. Any comments for the chief? No comments? Okay. Let's see, we got building inspectors in here. Is it attached?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, see, it's not yellow anymore, right?
I
Saving
printed it in black and
We're
white.
saving toner. Good
Sorry.
job. Any comments on the building inspector's report?
Been busy.
Jay's here. How about Public Works then? No comments on Public Works? Very well then. We'll move along to unfinished business. Holly?
No.
Bob? Rick?
No, sir.
Roger?
Nothing.
I have nothing. LaDonna?
Nothing.
Mark?
I have nothing.
Good to see you back.
Thank you.
Jim?
Nothing from my end.
Mr. Talley? Lena?
Yes, sir.
Good.
So I attached an email to all of you from one of our citizens here in Carl Junction. In July, she has a Gmail address. She did not get her bill. She did not get her late notice, is what she told us.
The one that we mailed to them?
Well, the late notices are still emailed. If you get an email bill, you get an email late
Okay,
notice. She came in on the day of shut-offs, very unhappy. She talked to myself, she talked to Steve. We both told her that we could not waive the disconnect fee. Her water did get disconnected. She knew she had a water bill each month. She was very unhappy with our answer. And then we put a post out in August trying to remind people, if you don't get a water bill, to call us. And she seems to have understood that Facebook post as the city admitting some sort of clerical error. The bills did not go out when they did. Steve and I both told her that she would have to bring it up with you to get that $25 disconnect fee waived. She said that she would not be attending a meeting, but she wanted me to get that email to all of you and let you know that she would like to have that disconnect fee waived.
Did you tell her about the autograph that she can?
Yes, I believe that we did, and the multiple ways we offer it.
And the fact that she probably knows she used water last month. And we're not giving it away. So this has happened before and we've never, ever waived the fee. Mark?
I think everybody knows they have a mortgage and it's due at a certain time of the month. Everybody knows they have an auto payment due at a certain time of the month. Their electric bill generally at a certain time of the month. There's really no difference here. You know that you have a water bill that comes generally on the 1st to the 3rd. And it's due by the 30th. It's due by the 15th. I was trying to waive my late fees.
Hey, it happened to me.
I don't have any,
The
but I'm just saying.
week after I was elected
Week
mayor,
after
I got my shut off notice. Because the post office lost my bill.
And you know what we said?
And you know what? I paid it.
And we said, you know, every month you
But-
have a water bill too.
But in May, I did get a baggie in my mailbox with the shredded postcard I could barely read my address on. It was only 2 months late. Let's see, where were we? Anything else?
We are not responsible for the U.S. Postal Service,
That's
or
right.
are we responsible for any type of email server
Or for
other than
Google.
our own,
Or for Google.
or for Google?
Because you don't seem to have a problem with anybody except Google, right?
It seems to be Google here lately.
Okay.
And the schools had the same problem with Gmail. None of the school emails got to us in August until school was about to start. And they said, oh yeah, check your junk mail. And it was like 1,000 emails.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like we didn't get the open house notice or anything until
Right.
the week of.
Yeah.
2 days ago.
So-
Crystal, any unfinished business?
No, sorry, no.
Steve?
No, sir.
Mark?
Nope.
Jay?
No, sir.
Well, since I skipped committee reports, I think I'll go back to that before we get to new business. Budget and finance.
We bought an air conditioner tonight,
Good job.
and that's about it.
Any questions for budget and finance? Code and nuisance, Rick?
No, sir.
Any questions for Rick? Human resources. Roger?
Nothing.
Public facilities, Mike, he's gone. Jim or anybody else?
Don't.
Senior citizens, Richard. I'm sorry, because you okay?
It's all right. Nothing to report.
Okay, thank you. I'm
Moving
sorry.
along.
All right. Very good. Then, well, now we got a new business. Jim?
No.
Mark?
I have nothing, sir.
Donna?
The only thing, do we need to give them an official recommendation that they do not waive the late fee so that they can say, she can say that she asked and we declined to?
Should we vote on it? We just say,
I think
it's a policy, we don't do it.
Yeah.
But it's unwritten.
If you want to.
Well, you're my counsel. Advise me.
I, you know.
That's the first time I've ever heard Mike Talley say if you want to.
Y'all too.
I don't know of any rule of law that prevents you. If that's what you want to do.
Consensus.
I was just saying that way she can go back and say, she asked and we said, no, we will not waive.
All I just asked is anybody on the council in favor of refunding the $25 cutoff fee?
I might be inclined to if she,
Is that the only one that you have? Okay.
The only problem we have is we had this with mail too, and people forget to pay it, and they claim they didn't get it in the mail, and we have no idea if they did or not.
And the thing is, if she's paid it on time every month for 7 years, she knows what it's doing.
And you're like, automatic withdrawal, that's,
I've
I
had to
did
call,
that right after I got my cutoff fee, I changed.
I've had to call Crystal before if Stuart didn't find it and say, hey, is there a problem?
Okay, so anyway, she asked, the council looked at it, and
We're not
we're not in
changing.
favor of it. Let's see. Who was I? Who was I
That
asked?
was a little dumb.
That was Ladonna. No, I have nothing on new business.
Nothing.
Rick?
Just a question about the bluegrass is coming up, and I don't know if I've had a couple phone calls about when are we gonna cut the grass down there, and then again, the Pinell comes up about.
Then what?
Pinell comes up and that property.
What about the Bluegrass Festival?
Just making sure the park looks good.
Oh, those guys spend the whole week down
I
there.
don't know.
Yeah, before it happens, yeah.
Bring it up though. But they do mention Pinell every time. Pinell, whatever we're supposed to call it.
I've tried to work a deal with them. They, no, we'll take care of it. You can't do it. And it's like,
Yeah.
look, when we're out with the lawn mower, we can just run. No, we'll take care of it. It's not. It's same on plowing snow down and out too, which sometimes gets done anyway. But yeah,
That it?
So like,
Mark? Mark. Bob? Holly?
I talked with Steve about talking to MoDOT about a crosswalk from across Z or Walnut to the high school.
I was referred to a district engineer, and I've yet to be contacted by him, so I'll send him another, just a reminder.
That it?
Yes.
Mr. Talley?
No.
Alina?
No, sir.
Crystal? And what do you have today, Steve?
Nothing.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Mark? Jay? Is there any other business before the council?
Move we adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Don Allen, second by Mark Satterley. We adjourn. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 7 in the affirmative with 1 absent. We are adjourned. Thank you all very much for attending.